Hi guys, it's Hope. Welcome back to my channel. It feels so good to be sitting in my beauty room again, filming videos. I came home this weekend and, well, it is Sunday, so like every time I come home, it's just so fun to just kind of get together with friends again and see people. Granted, I go to school that's not that far from my house. I could go home honestly any night if I really needed to and be back, but obviously choose to not come home because obviously I want to be at school. But I've been kind of craving, especially like the last week and a half or so, just how much I just wanted to come home and film and just be back in just my makeup room. I just miss like this makeup room. And I also decided to do full glam makeup today just because, you know, I haven't really sat down and actually gotten to play with makeup a lot. I do at school a little bit, or if I do, it's always like at night and then I go and wash my face. So now I kind of did this whole thing. I'll show you kind of, I didn't film what I did on my eyes, but I will kind of let you know like what's on my eyes. And it's just so special and it's near and dear to my heart, and it makes me kind of want to cry because, oh my gosh. I think part of the reason too why I just have missed this and filming is just because, you know, school is hard. It's stressful, especially now that you're in college, and it's just a lot. And I'm sorry. It just feels so good to just kind of be back and just talk about makeup. Because makeup is supposed to be stress-free, you know, not all the time on YouTube, but, you know, it's supposed to be stress-free and everything. So I just have really kind of missed just the, let's just relax, let's talk about makeup, let's not be stressed. So today I'm here to share with you my fall favorites, plus just kind of what I've been loving. I'm just going to combine kind of like my September favorites-ish. I haven't been doing monthly favorites as much, more of just kind of what I've been loving. And then plus some stuff that I love for fall and what I'll be using this fall makeup wise. I didn't have really anything else. Every year I always do a fall favorite, so I'll link down below my past fall favorites videos. Grab a cup of coffee. I went to McDonald's this morning with Isaac because that's the other thing too. It's just like the whole seeing Isaac on the weekends, having to say goodbye every weekend because we are like 2 hours away from each other during the week and everything, which if I get to see him every weekend, that's honestly amazing. But it's Sunday and he headed back down to school, and it's just, it's so bittersweet. So we did go to McDonald's this morning. I know, how classic college broke kid life. Just got some coffee and just to see each other one last time before he left again for the week. So grab your cup of coffee, sit down, relax. I'm in a sweatshirt. I'm repping the University of Minnesota, even though I don't go there, but still repping it. So it's gonna be kind of a relaxed video, acting like we're hanging out. I'm gonna be really chatty because I haven't just sat and filmed, and it feels so good to be in a room, not a dorm room. Okay, let's get into it. I haven't really had a lot of new stuff. I think I have like 3 new products to my collection, but I also have kind of brought them up little bits in my dorm, in my videos of like my day in the life stuff, which if you are into the more makeup videos, you probably haven't been watching those. Maybe you have, I don't know. So I just thought I would throw them in this makeup video as well. I'll just kind of just do this at random. So kind of just like the stuff that I've been using on an everyday basis. This Essence primer, you guys know I have been talking about it a lot, actually since kind of August is when I picked this up. And I did talk about it in my last favorites video, but I did want to bring it up again because you guys know I really loved that Wet n Wild Dewy Primer, which I still love. That one's $5. This Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Primer. This one doesn't look as silvery on the skin. So if you are looking for, well, the Essence one isn't that silvery either, but I just feel like the Essence one is definitely more of a bam, like this is a dewy primer. I would wear it on its own, but it is a lot. This one I have totally worn on its own, and just like even with a little concealer just to give that glowy look. So I really like this one. This one says it's a healthy glow with pore minimizing. I don't know if it's really pore minimizing, but I do put it on my chin and my nose where I have more pores, and I can tell that it like doesn't necessarily emphasize as much as like some very illuminating dewy primers do. So this has vitamin complex and cranberry water. I've never really looked into the ingredients. You guys, I really should get more into the ingredients. Like I have time for that. I really don't. Supposedly this is good for your skin. Not necessarily good for your skin, but it's better than having some bad ingredients. I don't really know. I didn't look into it. Don't like come at me for that. But this is a great one. If you're looking for just like a healthy glowy look on your skin, it's $5. You can get it at Ulta or probably wherever you can get Essence. My Targets never have it here for some reason in Minnesota. Well, not just Minnesota, but like in my area, wherever I go, I never see Essence at my Targets. So, but yeah, this is a great one, and I have talked about it a lot, but I really like it. I wasn't going to bring up concealers because you guys know I love my Catrice one. I've been using that Revlon Candid Concealer a little bit, which that one's good. I don't know if I'll necessarily repurchase it, but it is a good everyday one because you can definitely like build on it which has been nice. And I even have like powdered my skin and put some more on top, and it hasn't looked cakey. When I was at Ulta a couple weeks ago, I picked up the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer. I got C2.5. I've had this before. I had this in C3. So my issue with this is if you have dry under eyes or dry skin, you will not like this. This is definitely more of a mattifying concealer. And when I first used it, I didn't really like it. Today I have it on and it really doesn't look too bad. It does look like you're wearing makeup though. So if you want a concealer that's not going to look like all makeup-y, I love the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer or that Revlon one. This one definitely does look like you're wearing a little bit of makeup on. Now granted, if you're going to have makeup on, you're going to look like it a little bit, but there's some products that emphasize less than others. This one definitely doesn't look bad if your skin is like normal and not dry. It just, you can tell. So like I obviously have concealer and I have powder on. You can tell I'm wearing makeup today. I guess what I'm trying to say is it doesn't look super cakey. My under eyes clearly, I don't know what the deal is, but they're not as dry today for some reason. I don't know if it was the way I primed my skin, prepped it. I don't know what it is, but putting it on today, it doesn't look that bad. I even have it on my chin and it doesn't look that bad. It also could be the base because I have a foundation on and then I put this on, which I kind of want to mention the foundation I'm wearing. But could be that I just have foundation on and this on top, which is helping. So maybe this is not necessarily like just a concealer type of day concealer. You would want it more if you have foundation, which then that just seems really complicated, you know? So this one's kind of on the fence about for me. I don't know, it meshes really well with the powder that I'll mention here too. So kind of like a hit or miss. I would say if you have dry skin or dry under eyes, stay far away. But if you don't and you have oily skin, you might like it. I should talk about the coverage. It's not it's not super full coverage. It's definitely more full coverage than a lot of concealers. It's not like sharp tape. Tarte Shape Tape. It's thinner than oh my gosh, it is thinner than Tarte Shape Tape, but it's not like super thin liquidy. Like the one thing I like about the Catrice concealer is that it's thin, but it's full coverage. It's not like a thick concealer. The coverage is definitely there, but it's not a super full coverage, I think, as they claim it to be. Or some people say it's a duper Tarte Shape Tape. I cannot say that today. Oh my word. Even though I don't really like Tarte Shape Tape, I don't think it's as full coverage. The powder I want to mention, which I haven't brought to school, but I've kind of missed it, and I really want to bring it back because I did grab my Maybelline Fit Me powder the last time I came home a couple weeks ago, and just for like a night, I didn't even film or anything. I grabbed the Fit Me because I really want to try it out and be like, see if I actually like it or not, and I haven't minded it, but I just think I like this Coty Airspun one better. I don't know what it is. This one I have under my eyes today. I just took my sponge and I dipped it in and I just kind of pressed it under my eyes. I didn't like bake, but I did definitely have a little excess, but I just kept pressing it in and then just kind of like blended it on the rest of my face. So I didn't bake. I don't like to bake under my eyes. My under eyes are too dry for that. But this Coty Airspun powder is actually really great. I think it's like $5 or $6 or $7 for this huge thing. This is 2.3 ounces, which is a lot. It does smell like baby powder though, so you have to be careful. This one's just translucent. Some people have like the extra coverage translucent. They have different shades. I don't know. I think my friend Emma has a different one that I've tried and I like it too. But this is a really great powder. You can sometimes find it at Target, otherwise Walgreens has it. It just reminds me, I don't know if it's like the orange packaging, like makes me think of fall. I don't know why. But this with this concealer that I have on today looks really good as well. So I do really like that powder, and it's just been something that I've kind of missed and I wanted to maybe bring it back to school with me because I really like it. And then the foundation that I put on today is the LA Colors Truly Matte. I didn't have this at school either, but I have been craving this. Again, this is one that I also have been missing at school. I was like, when I come home this weekend, this is the one foundation that I want to put on. I wore it yesterday, I wore it today. I really like this. I don't think this is the most long-wearing foundation, but it is very good. It does make your skin look full coverage, or not even just full coverage, but it really does cover, but it doesn't look crepey on my skin. There's something about this formula. This is a mattifying formula, and I put that Essence Dewy Primer underneath and this on top, and it looks really good. Even with this one, if I mix it with a drop of oil or two, it looks really good too. So I do like this one. You can find this at your Family Dollar store for like $4. Otherwise, I think they have it online for like $6. But this is a great foundation too if you're looking for one that's going to be mattifying, but also not too matte, and it looks good on your skin. So I think fall time is when a lot of people like to wear more full coverage foundation, pretty eye look, just some sweaters and booties, you know. So I think this is a great one if you are looking for that. So I just wanted to throw that in there. You guys know Benefit Dallas blush. I talk about this all the time. I've had this for a long time. Still smells like Benefit Dallas normally does, but I should probably replace this because it's a few years old. But I love this. I use it all the time. It's the only blush I brought to school. Perfect fall color for just like a blush bronzer. It's amazing, you guys. You guys know that I love this. I just want to throw this in here. Also, my Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. What a perfect cool toned bronzer, right? I love this. This is the second darkest shade, so it's in the shade Sun Kissed. I love this. It even smells kind of like coconuts, but you can't smell it unless you put like your nose up to it. It's not as strong as the Butter Bronzer. But holy crap, this is a perfect like bronze contour. I love this. It is amazing. I brought this one in the Catrice Sun Lover Glow Bronzer to school. That one is more warm tone, kind of. But there's almost like some sheen. This is just a matte bronzer. So if you're looking for a good matte bronzer, this is amazing. I do like the Physicians Formula one. That one is more of like a sheen to it, and it's really pretty. I love that. I haven't had that in my collection for a few months now because I ran out and I miss it. I just haven't bought it yet. I want to repurchase that with the Physicians Formula foundation when there's like a buy one get one on Ulta, which I'm pretty sure there was not that long ago and I missed it. But I really like this bronzer, and I feel like this just screams fall to me. I don't know why. The cool tone bronzer, just for some reason. I think summer's more warm tone, and this is just cool tone as the fall. I think I'm going to bore you guys with how much I talk about the Smashbox Spotlight Palette, but I'm not kidding. Seriously, this is just amazing. I'm wearing it today. If you just need a really pretty highlighter, you can make it intense or you can make it natural, and it doesn't emphasize your pores. It doesn't like stand out necessarily all the texture on your skin, and it just looks so pretty. It has a bunch of different options, and wait till there's a deal. Smashbox sometimes does have deals on these things, and this is like 30 something bucks for 3 of them, but just wait for there to be a deal. Sometimes they're on sale for like 19 bucks, I believe, and or even like an Ulta. If you have a gift card or something, this is great. I think they have this at Sephora too. This is the collab packaging when Casey Holmes collabed with them, but they do have this just originally now, but I just love this. If you're looking for a great highlighter, I need to find a dupe for that from the drugstore. I'm gonna save eyeshadow palettes for last. So I've had this Essence Lash Princess mascara for a while now, and it was just sitting kind of in my drawer. And I like to change out my mascaras, so I did have like that CoverGirl Exhibitionist one, which I really like, but it's now getting dried out. So I just kind of switch back and forth into mascaras, and I always fall in love with old ones that I loved. This one is really great. I do really love this one. My lashes are so long because I've been using that Babe Lash serum, which I have that link down below. I get a lot of questions. I do have it linked down below. I think I have a code in the description box. It's farther down, like with all my like affiliate or my discount code stuff, but I have that down there if you guys are ever wondering, because I get a lot of questions about it. This mascara is very lengthening, which I really like, and it gives you that false lash effect like it says. This one is getting older though, but if you are looking for a great inexpensive one, you guys, this is a really great one. This is a more wet formula, which is normally what I like too. Another thing that I didn't bring to school, which I don't know why I didn't, and I have missed it so much, is this Wet n Wild Single Shadow in Brûlée. It's just the best. Yesterday I went to put on eyeshadow. I primed my eyes. I actually used this as an eyeshadow primer. I put this Wet n Wild eyeshadow on top. Oh my gosh, you guys, like this literally just smoothed my shadow out. It looked so beautiful. And honestly, I think part of it was this, because this is just a beautiful single shadow. 99 cents you can find this, and this is the older packaging. I've definitely dug in there. You can tell I've used it, but I'm probably gonna have to get a new one soon because it's probably starting to get pretty low there. But I love this. I am bringing it back with me immediately. Like, this was the first thing I was like, this is going in my bag to go back to school with me because I have missed this so much. So if you're looking for just a single cream shaded shadow, you need this, because a lot of palettes don't have it, which is mind-blowing to me, because I always think that you should have at least like a matte cream, my type of skin tone shade in a palette, but not a lot of them do. I don't know. I also got a recommendation from people saying that I should do a you guys choose what makeup I bring to school with me, which I think would be really fun. Maybe for like when I believe my school has J-term, so I think that would maybe be fun when I'm at J-term at my school for you guys, because I'll only be there like a month or something, just for a certain class. I think that would be really fun if you guys would want to do that. So let me know if you guys would like to see that. Okay, so I have 2 newer palettes to me, and then 3 palettes that I just think of fall. And I did do a video of my best fall eyeshadow palettes last year, which I will link that down below as well. And I did mention these 3 palettes, but I want to share these 2 new ones with you. So I picked up the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Hypnotic palette. I have that other one that I got before I left, the Reloaded Velvet Rose. So this was the Velvet Rose one, but when I purchased the Velvet Rose, I was looking for Hypnotic, which, by the way, the Velvet Rose one could be a fall tone one for sure too. This is Velvet Rose. This is the Hypnotic. So the Hypnotic is definitely more cool tone. I love this one. My eye, if I look at these two, my eye's immediately gonna be drawn more towards this one. I just like the more lighter shimmers on my lid, which I know today I have a very orangey shade, but like all of these shimmers are so beautiful and I could do so much with them. You can just see the sheen. The shimmers are amazing. These palettes, the mattes aren't as great. I think they're a little bit trickier to blend, but honestly, for $7, just for the shimmers alone, I think it's pretty much worth it just because there's $7 and there's 15 shades. So, I mean, what a great deal. And it's not like the mattes aren't usable. I've worn them many times before and they've been fine. They're just not the most blendable formula like other palettes that I have that I might prefer, but the shimmers are so pretty that I personally just think it's worth it. This is the Hypnotic one, which look at how the shimmers, just how pretty that is. It's just gorgeous, so definitely recommend this one for sure. This one's the same too. This one just doesn't have as many shimmers, so I feel like it's not as worth it. They do have an all shimmer palette, which would be interesting to try, but this one's definitely more of like a fall tone too. This one, Velvet Rose. They have so many of these. Makeup Revolution has so many different eyeshadow palettes. They're kind of crazy. I think it'd be kind of fun to maybe try like a palette from like each different line they have and review them. This one was new to me. This one's pretty new to me. I got this one in August. I just got this one like 2 weeks ago. The palette that is super new to me that I got about 2 days ago, but I have worn it. So I got it on Friday. It's Sunday. I've worn it the last 3 days. This is the Morphe 3503 Fierce by Nature palette. Now this is definitely a palette when you open it up. It is screaming warm tone color. Orange. So orange. The funny thing is, whenever I look at this on Ulta's website or like in camera in the viewfinder right now, it just looks like everything is orange. But in person, it does not, like I don't just see orange. I see like all these pinks. I mean, obviously there's two things of green. There's like these reds. I can't wait to try like the reds and the pinks. This is just a fall palette to me in general. But the reason why I want to mention this is because, you guys, I don't like to get into Morphe stuff. You know that, right? I just don't like to be in the drama. I love my Jaclyn Hill palette, which I'll mention in a second. That one I think is great formula. I have another Morphe palette, which is the 35M palette. I think that this is a great palette. This is like tin packaging, whereas this new one that I have is like cardboard. I think that the shimmers in this is good. The mattes are okay, but this palette this palette's good. It's not great formula. These are like kind of like their older formulas. I'm pretty sure like they're cheaper packaging. And you guys know I don't like to get into the Morphe drama, but this palette, so Isaac got me this palette because he's just the cutest thing ever. It like just warms my heart, just like when guys try to get you makeup, it's just so cute. He was like texting my friend, he was texting his sister to try and figure it out. It was just cute. I know like as soon as I opened it, he's like, do you like it? Like, I thought you would really like this shade. Okay, he's talking about the shimmer, so that's what I'm wearing on my lid today. I'll have to FaceTime him and show him it later, but it is such a gorgeous palette, and this is not necessarily going to be an everyday palette that I'm going to wear, you know, because of all these pops of colors, but you can make it work. I did use, this shade looks a lot more cool tone than when you actually like put it on your eye and swatch it. It's a lot more warm tone, but I've used that shade a lot. This shade, I have this on my eye today. I have this kind of in the outer crease. I've used this shade. I've used that shimmer. I used some of the greens. I've used obviously that one on my lid. This is like a pure pressed glitter and the rest are sheens. So I haven't dipped into like these bright colors. I don't even think I've swatched them yet, but this is a very pretty palette. And the thing is, I can already tell that this formula is very similar to the Jaclyn Hill. These blend better than my other Morphe older palettes. So the newer formulas that they're coming out with are definitely better than their original formulas. I think that they are blending way easier. The mattes actually I was wowed by, because I remember like when I first saw this I was like, okay, Morphe formula, that's not horrible, but I was actually kind of blown away compared to like their older formulas. So this is definitely a new palette. It's 25 bucks I believe, and it is very pretty if you're looking for some warm tones and some pops of colors. But you can just like, if you cover up some of the bright colors, there are a lot of more neutrals that you can work with. So this is a very pretty palette, and I just wanted to mention it because Isaac is just, he's just my everything. He's so sweet. I just want to mention the other 3 palettes that I like to use for fall. The Jaclyn Morphe palette, like I've been talking about. This one's definitely a lot more neutral. People say this is a warm tone palette, and it is, but it's a lot more neutral. They don't have as many oranges. It's a lot more muted down, and then they have like these brighter colors, which if you cover this up, you can obviously tell it is a lot more neutral. I love this. This is a great eyeshadow formula. I think I'll always have this palette on hand. If I ever do makeup on other people, this is pretty much the one palette that I'm like, I can trust. It'll blend. This is the great one. So definitely my favorite palette. And this is like 35 bucks, 38 bucks, just because it was a collab, but still totally worth it for the amount of shades you get. The other one is the Profusion Siennas palette. If you are just looking for some eyeshadow that's going to be good quality, it's not going to be great quality, but it's going to be pretty decent. This is a great palette. This is 10 bucks for all these. Again, mattes are tricky formulas. Mattes in this are a little bit harder to blend. They are doable though. It's not like they're not worth it. I would personally go out and buy a palette and spend my own $10 on another Profusion palette if I found one that I really liked and I was looking for that. So I think that's kind of a great way to say, like, I would spend my money, $10, to get all these shades. I'm trying to not get this reflection in it, but these are a lot more muted too. They're not as like intense shades, but 10 bucks if you're looking for one to kind of get a variety if you don't have a lot. Also my Colourpop Double Entendre palette. This is very beautiful for fall as well. It's got some nice mattes, very pretty foiled shimmers, and the one thing I never get is mattes with glitter in them. I never use them. I don't understand them. Like literal flecks of glitter. Like this shade, you see how it has like those flecks of glitter in it? Those were all of my recent favorites, my kind of fall kind of essentials that I'm really going to be reaching for this season. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of long and chatty. I have just missed talking to you guys, and I can't wait to sit here and film a few more videos for you. I just love doing this, and I miss it so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed chatting. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite products are for the fall time. I'm always curious. I love just talking with you guys. It's my favorite thing. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you stick around. Definitely follow me on Instagram at simplyhope12. I've been posting on there a lot of times on my stories more. I love hearing from you guys and advice and help with some certain questions I have, because I am just kind of trying to figure out what I can do better as a YouTuber, and just like when explaining things, what videos you guys would like to see. So I definitely would love to have your support on there. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these videos. I will link down below my other fall favorites and stuff from the years past. You guys, November is going to be 4 years of Simply Hope on YouTube, which is crazy. Anyway, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!